I am about to blow your minds. I'm at Soppy Sid, and these are reusable water balloons. So number one, water balloons are one of the greatest choking hazards for little kids. Number two, when mom has to sit there refilling water balloon after water balloon, not to mention how not great it is for the planet, how annoying it is for mom. But basically, it's magnet, and you refill it simply by sticking it in, and it's full of water. And now it's a water balloon. You can throw it at your brother and get him all wet, and it's so fun. And then little fingers can refill this really easily without getting mom involved. Plus, you don't have to have that worry about how little kids can choke on water balloons. This is a really, really fun game for every age. So I really love the product. We're going to be playing with this a lot this summer. Let's empty the water balloon. Woo, I got all that.
Let me see. I can see them. These are kidnoculars.
Okay.
They are low magnification for kiddos.
Okay.
Plus, to make it very easy for them. So it makes it super easy for them to see with 2x magnification and no squinting. Makes it easy out these double eyepieces, which we're famous for. And that's why we created Rocknoculars, which is the new addition to the line. And this is part carrying case, part rock storage.
Oh my gosh.
And once you find a beautiful specimen, you load it up right here into the viewfinder and you can take a closer look at what you see.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, I lost my rock.
For that little scientist that you have that just wants to pick up every rock and every bug and every branch and leaf that they see, this is a great way to keep it a little bit contained. And it's also that whole look, Mom, look what I found. This is so cool. And then all you have to do, which is really easy, is you just have to be the audience, right? That's really all they're looking for at that stage. Those little scientists, that's what they're looking for. A lot of times parents get intimidated, especially post-traumatic parents, because it's like, how do I encourage their interest? You encourage their interest by literally just listening. It's so adorable. The acres, and what I am loving about the set is, first of all, the price point. It is $50 for all this. You can get it at Walmart. What I like is also, if you notice, the characters are these little anthropomorphic animals, but they're people. So it gives a little bit more scope for imagination when they're like animals, but also people. Kids can imagine a little bit more, play with it a little bit more. I also am loving the colors because it's not so obnoxiously bright like a lot of these play sets are. The colors are muted. They're less stimulating, which is really better for little kids' brains. I'm looking at this sliding pond, which is so fun because you can slide down the sliding pond. And look at this whole harvest set. Look at all these apples. Look at all the vegetables. We can take pictures. Look at the picnic table. They're just so adorable. Oh, look how cute they are. Look at the little animals. Look at the little cows. So really, really, really cute. Remember what we said about imaginary play with toddlers, that when the play set does a lot of the heavy lifting, you don't have to worry that as a post-traumatic parent, you're not great at imagination. The play set does the imagination for you. Your kid is going to give you their job. They're going to tell you what you're supposed to do. Buy lemonade from me, Mommy. Okay, now say thank you. This is yummy lemonade. Little kids during imaginary play love ordering adults around, and that's all you have to do. Don't be intimidated that you don't have enough imagination. Between the set doing the heavy lifting and your child's imagination, you got this. All you have to do is do as you're told. That's it. It's really easy. So this is going to sound creepy, but we do this in grief therapy all the time. When I do grief groups and I'm working with kids who've lost a parent, we sometimes start a group one kid will look at a new kid and she'll be like, so who died? Right? Because the topic of death is so taboo, and we have such a hard time talking about death with kids. But when you're dealing with traumatized or grieving kids, sometimes opening up the door. This is the kind of thing I would have in my office. Can you see these? They have autopsy reports. Who is deceased? Date of his death. What's his blood type? What's his probable cause of death? His bandages were too tight. That's what killed him. Just the idea of not making death into something that's taboo that we can't talk about. We've done so many, and some of you have seen my videos about preparing kids for a parent's death. Sometimes making it funny, not making light of it, but injecting humor into it opens the door for a conversation that adults are sometimes scared to have with kids. And then on the other side, we have a lot of kids with OCD who will come into the office and they can't use any word that has to do with death or dying because it's bad luck. It's going to contaminate them. So again, this could be an exposure. Like, we're just going to put this on the chair next to you. We're just going to touch it with one finger. We're just going to look at it, right? And it's a great exposure for the concept. I've worked with kids who can't say that the batteries are dead because that's bad luck. So sometimes turning it into play is the way to make a concept like this less scary for kids. So I actually find these adorable. Not what they were made for, they were just made to be cute and kind of snarky, but I have a lot of hacks for these. So Rubik's Cubes are having a comeback right now. My 13-year-old is loving them. One of the things I love about Rubik's Cubes is that it's a logic game, but it's also a sensory game. So you're not going to believe this, but they came out with a sensory Rubik's Cube that actually they work together with like an institution for the visually impaired. So if you feel it, it's the different shapes all have different, they all have different shapes on them, so you can understand that, like the yellow is these dots and the orange is these X signs. So that way a visually impaired kid can play with it, but it's also super, super sensory. I wonder if the added stimulation of feeling the shapes will help kids learn how to solve the Rubik's Cube more easier, because now you have two paths to solving it. You're feeling it and you're also seeing it. I wonder if it'll make it a little easy for a kid who's having a hard time learning to learn how to play with the Rubik's Cube. But I love that Rubik's Cubes are having a comeback. I played with them when they first came out. I don't know if I'm aging myself now. And I also love that they can keep kids busy for hours, and they really help with frustration tolerance, because it's frustrating. It's difficult to learn how to use it. But if you keep trying, you actually can. If you follow the steps, you will learn how to do the Rubik's Cube. Hey everybody, I'm here at Night Buddies. So these are super soft, squishable buddies. And when you squeeze them, the eyes light up. So in the middle of the night, if we have some bedtime fears, we can get a little bit light going on in the room. But if you notice, it's not super bright, so it's not going to like stimulate your kid into being wide awake at 3 a.m. It's just soothing enough and calming enough that you wake up, you can squeeze it, you can see, and you can fall back asleep. So cute. Look at this unicorn. How cute is she?